Hello students. So in this class we will start our next chapter, chapter 5, okay, refraction through a lens. So before starting, you all open your book, okay? Open your book, keep your copy pen, okay? Because you have to mark from your book what you will read. Because many things are there in book, okay? No need to read all those things. Okay. So let's start with this thing, lens. What is lens? What is lens? Lens is a transparent. Okay, it is transparent and refracting medium. Transparent refracting medium. Okay, that means light will refract. So transparent refracting medium, which is basically made up of two surfaces. Okay, it is made up of two surfaces. It is made up of two surfaces. Two surfaces. Okay, between the two surfaces, maybe both are spherical. Okay, these two surfaces, maybe both the surfaces are spherical, both of them are spherical, both of them are spherical, both of them are spherical, okay, or one spherical surface, and one plane surface. Okay, so what is lens? It is a transparent refracting medium. Light will refract. It is made up of two surfaces. Between the two, maybe both of them are spherical, or you can get one spherical, one plane. Okay, so we'll see how light refract. We'll see the ray diagrams. Okay, everything we'll see one by one. So there are two kinds of lenses. Two kinds of lenses, as we had seen in mirror in class 9, if you remember, two kinds of spherical mirror. One was convex, another was concave, right? So here also for lens, there are two kind of lenses. Okay, one is one is convex lens, and another is concave lens. Okay, convex, concave. Convex lens is also known as converging lens. Converging lens. Okay. Concave lens is also known as diverging lens. Diverging lens. Okay, diverging lens. Okay. Now there are three kinds of convex lens again. Okay, three kinds. One is this one. This is called biconvex. Okay, biconvex lens, or you can tell equiconvex lens, because both the surfaces are convex. This is first surface, this is second surface. Both surfaces are convex. Okay, so for that reason biconvex. Okay, for equiconvex we can. Another is plano-convex. Plano-convex. That means one surface is convex, another surface is plane. It is plano-convex. Okay, this is the medium. This is the medium. Okay, this is transparent medium. Transparent and what kind of medium? Refractive, right? Transparent and refractive. And this is plano-convex. One surface is plane, another surface is convex. Okay. And third type is concavo-convex. 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 Concavo-convex means one surface is concave, another surface is convex. One surface is concave, okay, and another surface is convex. This is concavo-convex. Concavo-convex. Okay, this surface is convex, first surface is convex, and second surface is concave. Second surface is concave. Okay, so there are three kinds of lenses, convex lenses. In the same way, three kinds of concave lenses. Concave lenses look like this. Okay, this. Okay, this is biconcave. Okay, this is biconcave. This is biconcave. Okay, this is biconcave. Second one is plano-concave. Plano-concave. Plano-concave will look like this kind. Okay, one surface is plane, another surface is concave. This is plano-concave. Okay, This is what? This is plano concave. And third type is convexo-concave. Convexo-concave. So first surface will be concave and second surface will be convex. First surface concave and second surface is convex. Okay, this is first surface concave, second surface convex. Okay, this is called convexo-concave. So these are different kinds of lenses. Okay, different kinds of convex, different kinds of concave lens. But in our syllabus, only this one and this one. These two are required for drawing ray diagram, for solving numericals. Okay. So come to those things one by one. First we'll see why these two lenses. This one is called converging and this one is called diverging. Okay. So converging and diverging, why they are called converging? Converging means what? The rays will converge at a point. That means rays will meet at a point. After refraction, rays will meet at a point. So this is which kind of lens? Convex, right? Convex. Rays will meet at a point. Okay. Yes. So if I break this lens into three parts, this is suppose one part. This is the third part. This is first part, second part, third part. Okay. In the three cases, this is base. You can think that this is base. You can think this one is base, or this one look like a prism, right? Look like a prism, and this one is looks like a slab. So if we draw three rays, on one ray passing through the slab, normal incidence, so there will be no deviation. It will go undeviated. We all know. Second ray I am taking on this prism, then what will happen? For prism, rays always bend towards the base. Base is here down, so it will bend towards the base. It will bend towards the base. Okay. And for this prism, base is here. This one is the base. So again, it will bend towards the base. It will bend towards the base. So if you look at the three rays after refraction, three rays. This is suppose first ray, this is second ray, this is third ray. After refraction, first ray is this one, second ray is this one, and third ray is this one. And they are meeting at a point after refraction. Meeting means they are converging. So after refraction, rays are meeting. Rays are meeting at a point. Or you can tell that rays are converging at a point. For that reason, this convex lens is also known as converging lens. Okay, for this reason, the convex lens is also known as converging lens. Okay, clear? So you can get this type of question. Why convex lens is known as converging lens? So draw a simple diagram. Then tell that after diffraction, all the rays are meeting at a point, or you can write converging at a point. For that reason, convex lens is known as converging lens. Now come to the next one. That is concave lens. What happens to the concave lens? There is another name for concave lens. What is that? That is diverging lens. Diverging means what? They will diverge. They will separate from one another. Converge means they will meet with each other. Diverge means they will get separated from one another. So here also, suppose this is the lens, okay, and I'll break this lens into three parts like the previous one. First one is suppose this one, second one is this, okay. So you can think that this part is a part of a prism, okay. This part is a part of a prism whose base is this one, upper one is the base. This part is also a part of prism. Okay, this part is also a part of prism, and this is the base here. And you can think this one is the slab. The ray diagrams are there. I am telling. Let me finish this. Then I am telling. So first ray I am taking through the slab, and normal incidence, so no deviation. It will go along the straight line. Second ray second ray I am taking here, okay, on the prism, what will happen? What will happen? The ray will bend towards the base. Ray will bend towards the base. So what is the, where is the base? Base is this one is the base, right? Upper one. Upper one is the base. So ray will go towards the base. That means in this direction it will get refracted. And if we take another ray here on this part, then base is here, this is the base, ray will get refracted in this direction, okay, ray will get refracted in this direction, so they will get refracted in this direction. So easily you can see this is first ray, second ray, third ray, here this is first refracted ray, second refracted ray, third refracted ray. So you can easily see that the three rays after refraction, first ray, second ray, third ray, after refraction they are getting separated from one another. So this is concave lens. Okay. After refraction, rays are getting separated. Rays are getting separated from one another. Okay. That is, they are diverging. That is, the rays are diverging. Rays are diverging. That is, the rays are diverging. For that reason, concave lens is known as, concave lens is also known as diverging lens. Concave lens is known as diverging lens. Okay. Clear? Okay. Now we will see different technical terms related to lens. Okay. So different technical terms. Just you will mark those terms. Okay. Read the definitions. Okay. So first term is center of curvature. First term, page number 105. Page number 105. 105.5.3 technical terms related to lens. First term is center of curvature. First term, center of curvature. Center of curvature. Okay. So what is center of curvature? Okay. So if we take one lens, suppose this is a lens. Okay. Which kind of lens? Convex lens, right? So both the surface, these are the spherical surfaces, and both the surface is a part of large sphere, right? Part of large sphere, this one also part of a large sphere, okay, part of a large sphere. This is the transparent reflecting material. Okay. Now for this sphere there is a center. For this sphere there is a center. Okay. This is the center of this spherical part. This is the center of this spherical part. Okay. These two centers are called center of curvature. Okay. As it is given name here, C1, C2. So the centers of large sphere for which the small part is a small part of a large sphere. Okay, center of that large sphere is called center of curvature. Okay, center of curvature. This is the thing. Next you come radius of curvature. Okay, second, radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. Okay. So this is center. This is center. So the radius of this sphere. Okay. This is the radius of this sphere. Okay. So if I give name C2, suppose here I giving name as it is given in book. Okay. As it is given in book. Suppose here I am taking P1. Okay, then C2 take P2, then C2 P2. C2 P2 is the radius of curvature of this surface. Okay, similarly, this one, suppose it is P1, then C1 P1 is the radius of this surface. Okay, So these are called radius of curvature. C2P2 and C1P1 are the radius of curvature. Third thing, come principal axis. Principal axis. Third one in the same page. Third one, principal axis. Principal axis. What is principal axis? The line joining the center of curvatures. C1, C2, this line joining the center of curvatures. Line joining the center of curvatures. This is called principal axis. Okay, principal axis. You can get small conceptual questions. Suppose you are asked to draw a convex lens, then show different terms. So center of curvatures, okay, C1, C2 denoted by C1, C2. So radius of curvatures, okay. So principal axis, then you have to draw in this way and you have to show, okay. So this is principal axis, line joining the two center of curvatures, okay. Fourth point, very, very important, optical center. This is very, very important, optical center. As you got pole in case of spherical mirror in class 9. So here we get optical center in case of lens. So definition of optical center is, it is a point on the principal axis. It is a point on the principal axis. Okay, the point will lie inside this kind of lens or biconcave lens. Okay. So in point number 4, the definition is written. I am reading the definition, just you mark in your book. It is a point on the principal axis of lens such that a ray of light passing through this point emerges parallel to its direction of incidence. Okay, I am explaining in the diagram. So it is a point on the principal axis of lens such that when a light, suppose this is a light, okay, I am erasing P1, P2. So one light which want to pass through that point, okay, that means if we extend the ray, just 1 second, yes, if we extend the ray, it is passing through this point. If we extend the ray, it is passing through this point. Okay, so inside this lens, what will happen? Refraction will occur. So refraction will occur. Okay, so this is the refraction. But when it is coming out of the lens, then it will be parallel to the incident ray. This is the actual path, parallel to the incident ray. Okay, parallel to the incident ray. Then that point through which light is incidenting, that point inside the lens on the principal axis is called optical center. This point is called optical center. Okay, optical center. So definitely this definition is very, very important. Okay, it is denoted by, in your book it is denoted by O. Okay, it is denoted by O. So optical center is a point on the principal axis of lens through which when light is incidenting, then what will happen? After emergence, what will happen? The emergent ray will be parallel to the incident ray. In that particular point through which light is incidenting, right? This particular point on the principal axis is called optical center. Okay. But we will take all the lenses are thin lens. Okay, we will take all the lenses thin lens. For thin lens, what will happen? Thin, very thin. Okay, thin lens. For thin lens, this is a lens, and this will be the principal axis, right? This is lens L1, L2, principal axis. Optical center will lie on the principal axis inside the lens. So for thin lens, what we will do? For thin lens, when a light is passing through this point, without deviation, it will emerge. Thin lens means what? The thickness is very, very small, negligible. Okay, we can neglect the thickness. If we neglect the thickness, there will be no lateral shift. The light passing through that particular point it will come out, it will emerge without deviation. Okay, for the case of concave lens, okay, thin concave lens, okay, thin concave lens, okay, this is principal axis. So same thing will happen, no deviation, okay, no deviation. This point is for optical center, this is optical center, okay. This is for convex lens and concave lens. Same thing will happen, that when the light is passing through optical center without any deviation, it will come out, okay. That means there will be no lateral displacement. Okay, so this definition for thin lens is also written in page number 106. Okay, at the end of first column, blue box, just read it. Optical center of a thin lens is the point on the principal axis of lens such that a ray of light directed towards it passes undeviated through it. Okay, you can write in your language, no problem, but the emergent ray and incident ray, there will be no deviation between them, okay. There will be no lateral shift, okay. So optical center of a thin lens is a point on the principal axis of lens such that a ray of light directed towards it passes undeviated through it, okay. Clear? Okay. Now come to the point number 5, that is principal foci. This is also very important. So as there are two surfaces, we are getting two radius of curvature, okay. And for the two surfaces, we will get two principal foci. So 5 principal foci. Okay. So for principal foci, what we will do? So this is the principal axis. Always you have to draw the principal axis in this case. In the normal refraction, I told that always you will draw normal at the point of incidence, but here you will draw always principal axis. Okay, principal axis, optical center, these things you will mention. So this is principal axis, you will mention principal axis. Okay. 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 So there are two kinds of principal focus. First focus and second focus. Okay, first focus and second. First focus means what? Focus will lie, first of all, focus will lie on the principal axis. Okay, focus will lie on the principal axis. Two focus will lie on the two sides of principal axis. Okay. Now, first focus means that point on the principal axis through which, when the light is incidenting on the lens, after refraction, it will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay. So suppose first focus in this direction, okay, it is suppose F1. Okay. So when light is incidenting through this point and incidenting on the lens. So I am taking three rays. First ray along principal axis, second ray, this is third ray. After refraction, what will happen? After refraction, they will be parallel to the principal axis. They will be parallel to the principal axis, and this, okay, will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so this is called first focus, the point on the principal axis through which, when light is incidenting on the lens, after refraction, the rays will be parallel to the principal axis. Then that point on the principal axis is known as first focus. So for the case of convex lens, the first focus is lying on the left side. Okay, keep in mind, first focus is lying on the left side. Now come to second focus for this lens. Second focus will obviously lie on the other side. Okay, two focus will not lie on the same side. So second focus will lie on the other side. So what will be the definition of second focus? For second focus, we will take incident light. Incident light is parallel. Okay, for second focus, we will take incident light is parallel. Incident light is parallel to the principal axis. Okay, incident light is parallel to the principal axis. Just opposite case. So incident light is parallel to the principal axis. Okay, first ray, second ray through the principal axis, and this is third ray. This is third ray. Okay, first ray, second ray, third ray. Here what will happen after refraction? After refraction, they will meet at a point on the principal axis. If we take the rays parallel to principal axis, incident rays parallel to principal axis, and they are incidenting on a convex lens. And convex lens means we know what we know. We know converging lens. So after refraction, they will converge at a point on the principal axis. That point is called. Suppose here they are converging. Okay, so that point is called. Second principal focus. Okay, that point is called second principal focus. Okay, these are the three rays. They are meeting here. This is called second principal focus F2. This is called second principal focus F2. Okay. Now this distance is called focal length from optical center to F1, optical center to F1, and optical center to F2. These are called focal length. OF1, OF2. These are called focal length. There is a condition for which this F1 and F2, this distance is first focal length, this distance is second focal length. Focal lengths are denoted by small a. Okay, so these two focal lengths will be equal for few cases. Okay, I will tell those points. When the focal lengths will be equal, both the focal lengths will be equal. For lengths, we will get two focus. Okay, first focus, second focus. For that reason, we will get two focal lengths. Focal lengths are measured from optical center to first focus point, that is first focal length. Optical center to second focus point, that is called second focus. Okay, second focus length. Okay, so I'll tell the condition, and it is written in your book that some condition F1 and F2 will be equal. So we are getting that first focus F1 when we are taking incident light from left side. Then F1 will lie on the left side, right? And F2 will lie the right side. Okay, that means if we think that there is one object on the left side, because light is coming from left side means what? Object is there on the left side. Okay, any object is there on the left side. Then first focus will lie on the same side of object. Second focus will lie on the other side of object. Object is on the left side, and second focus will lie to the right side of this lens. Okay, so object and first focus are on the same side. Second focus is on the opposite side. Okay, clear? Come to two focus for concave lens. So this is the concave lens, right? Okay. So our first focus, definition of first focus is point through which light will incident, point on the principal axis through which light will incident, and after incidenting they will be parallel to the principal axis. So this is principal axis. Okay, principal axis. Okay, this is lens L1, L2. Okay, this is optical center here, O. Okay, so we are taking three rays again. So here I am taking rays in this way. Okay, this is one ray. Okay, so if we do not place this lens, they will meet at this point, and another ray I am taking here. Okay, this is another ray, this is another ray, also it is meeting at this point. If we do not keep this lens, these two rays will meet at this point, and the third ray is along the principal axis. Okay, rays are coming from left again, that means object is on this side, object is on the left side, and after refraction, if they are parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, if they are parallel to the principal axis, if they are parallel to the principal axis, then this point, okay, at which light tends to incident, tends to meet, okay, if we do not keep the lens, and this point is called first focus. Okay, for first focus, refracted light will be parallel. Here, first focus is lying on the right side. First focus is lying on the right side. Come to second focus. So, what was the definition for second focus? For second focus, incident light is parallel. Okay, incident light is parallel. Okay, let's see. Just let me erase this part. Okay, so incident light is parallel. So this is one incident light. This is one incident light which is parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Again, light is incidenting from left side. That means object is on the left side. Okay. 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 And what will happen here? What will happen? This is concave lens. That means diverging lens. So after refraction, the ray will diverge. After refraction, the ray will diverge. Okay, so diverge means they will go in this direction, right? They will not meet. They will not meet on the principal axis. This is the actual ray. This is the actual ray. The solid line, and the dotted line is not the actual. Okay, dotted line is given for finding the image. Solid one is the ray direction. The ray will not, after refraction, the refracted ray will get diverged. They will not meet to the right side. But if we extra plot them in the backward direction, they are meeting at some point on the principal axis. Okay, that point is called second principal focus. So, incident lights parallel, refracted light, they are not converging at a point here. Okay, because this lens is a diverging lens. But if we extra plot them in the backward direction, they are meeting at some point on the principal axis. That point is called second focus. So here, object O and second focus are on the left side. That means they are on the same side of lens. And first focus is on the right side of lens. Right? Right side of lens. Okay? Okay? Clear? So these are focus. Okay? Now come to focal length. I have already told this distance. Here this is first focal length f1 and this is second focal length. They are measured from optical center f2. Okay? Okay, focal length. And if you want to know about focal plane means what? Take one plane, okay? Suppose this is one plane, okay? This is a plane page. So if you take one plane and keep it through the focus, and the plane is perpendicular to the principal axis, okay? The plane is passing through the focus and perpendicular to the principal axis, and that plane is called focal plane. Okay, okay. Now come to the note. Page 107. Big blue box is there at the end. Few points are written. Few things you have to keep in mind. So what are the points you have to keep in mind? So first point is if the medium surrounding the lens, okay, medium, suppose I am taking convex lens, medium surrounding the lens, okay, this medium, this is suppose medium 1, lens medium suppose medium 2, and this is Another medium, suppose it is medium 3. So if these two medium, first and 3, both are same, that means a lens is kept in air. On both side of the lens, air and air is there. Okay, same kind of medium. Okay, if medium is same, surrounding medium is same, then first focal length equal to second focal length. Okay, so what is the condition for the two focal lengths same? The condition is when the surrounding medium is same. Okay, surrounding medium, when the surrounding medium is same. Okay, that means medium 1 and medium 3, they are made up of same medium. If we take, this is a convex lens, if we take this side suppose air and this side water, this side air and this side water, then F1 will not be equal to F2. F1 will not be equal to. If we take air, here also air, okay, then F1 equal to F2. If we take both sides water, then also F1 equal to F2. Okay, but in both the cases, when surrounding medium is air and when surrounding medium is water, in these two cases, the value of focal length will change. Okay, but F1 and F2, F1 for air, F2 for air will be equal. F1 for water, F2 for water will be equal. Okay, but F water and F air, this one will change. F water will be greater than F air. Okay, so this is the point. This is the point for which we get same focal length. Same focal length. Okay. In the note, second point tells that when we are talking about focus, okay, second point tells that when we are talking about focus, okay, usually when we say focus, okay, when we are talking about focus means we will understand. So only focus is written, that means you will understand it is defining second focus. Okay, suppose focus of convex lens. Focus of convex lens, this means what? Second focus of convex lens. Second focus of convex lens. Second focus of convex lens. Okay, so second focus for convex lens, in which direction it will lie? If incident light is coming from left side, then second focus will lie to the right side, right? Second focus will lie to the right side, right? So second focus means we will always understand second focus. Okay. Third point in your book, third point tells that focus for convex lens is the real focus. Okay, third point, focus, okay, for convex lens, it is real focus, because in this case the rays are meeting at a point, physically they are meeting at a point. Okay, but for concave lens they were not meeting, they were diverging, right? In the image we had seen, they were diverging means they will not meet, but if we extrapolate them in the backward direction, then they were meeting. For that reason it is called virtual focus. Virtual means what? When light does not meet physically, when you extrapolate them, then they will meet. That is called virtual. Okay, so focus for convex lens is real focus. Focus for concave lens is virtual focus. Point number 4, in the point number 4, one ray diagram is given that the incident rays are parallel, but they are not parallel to the principal axis, right? Then what will happen? So point number 4. So incidentally, rays are parallel. This is a thin lens. Okay, all the lenses will take thin lens, but rays are not parallel to the principal axis. This is optical center. Okay, we are taking few rays, and one ray we will take through optical center. Okay, what will happen for that ray? Without any deviation, it will emerge. Okay. Other few ray you take 2, 3 rays. Here another one ray. The ray are parallel to one another. The ray are parallel to one another, but they are not parallel to the principal axis. Right? Ray are parallel to one another, but the rays are not parallel to the principal axis. Here, after reflection, what will happen? They will meet at a point. They will meet at a point. Okay? Yes. They will meet at a point. Okay? They will meet at a point. They will meet at a point. They will converge at a point. They will converge at a point, but that point will not lie on the principal axis. That point will lie on the plane of focus or focal plane, you can do. This is focal plane. This is focal plane. Okay. The rays will meet at a point. The rays will meet at a point, but the point will not lie on the principal axis. Point will lie on focal plane. Focal plane is a plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis and passing through focus. Focus will lie here. Focus will lie here. This is F2. Okay. So when incident light are parallel, then they will meet at focal plane. Okay. Okay. Point number 5. Point number 5. The heading is the focal length of lens depends on. On which factor focal length of lens depends? Focal length of lens depends on 2 factors. Focal length of lens depend on 2 factors. Point number 5. 2 factors. First factor, the refractive index. The refractive index of lens material. Okay, with respect to the surrounding. Okay, with respect to the surrounding. Okay, suppose I am taking 2 conditions. This is convex lens and surrounding medium is air. Here also air. And for this lens, when it is kept in air, focal length is F air. Focal length means which focus? Second focus. Focal length means which focus? Second focus. And this is the same convex lens, but surrounding medium is water. Surrounding medium is water. And here focus is F water. Which focus? Second focus. So F water and F air, what is the relation between them? F air is less than F water. F air is less than F water. Length is same, only I have changed the medium. Here water, here air. Okay, F air is less than F water. So this is the first point. Second point is the thickness. Okay, or we can tell radius of curvature. So thickness or radius of curvature. Second point, thickness of the lens. Thickness of lens, or we can tell radius of curvature. Radius of curvature of lens. Radius of curvature of lens. That means 2 radius of curvature. If we take this one lens, okay, and made up of same material but thick lens. Made up of same material but thick lens. This is suppose L1, lens 1, and this is L2. Okay, so obviously radius of curvature for these 2 surfaces are different from this one, right? And for thick lens, focal length will be less. For thick lens, okay, suppose for this one focal length is F2, and for this one focal length is F1. Focal length means second focus. So for thick lens, focal length will be less. For thick lens, focal length will be less. Mathematical expression is there, but that is not there in your syllabus, so I am not discussing. That is there in class 12. So these are the 2 points on which focal length depends on. First point, the refractive index of lens medium with respect to the surrounding, and second point, thickness or the radius of curvature. Okay. So these are all the things from the first part, okay, first part of refraction through lens. Come to few ray diagram, okay, come to few ray diagram. So go to page number 110. Go to page number 110. Question number 27, figure 5.17. Two diagrams are there. And question number 28. Okay, consecutive two questions, 27, 28. Two diagrams are there. We have to complete that ray diagram. Draw the path taken by the light ray AB after it emerges from each lens. So first question number 27. Question number 27. Okay, this is which kind of lens? First lens is like this. It means concave lens, right? Concave lens, and ray is given parallel. F1, F2, all are given. So in this way you will draw. Everything you will show in the diagram. So here F1 at the same distance. Keep in mind these two distances should be same. Use scale and then draw. Use scale and then draw. So from here, here and here. These two distances should be same. Okay, which two distance? From this point to this point and from this point to this point. That means two focus should be same. Focal length. This is F2 and this is F1, right? And this is optical center O. Light is incidenting parallel. Light is incidenting parallel to the principal axis. So incident light parallel to the principal axis. Okay, incident light parallel to the principal axis. Give name A, B. This is A and this is B. What will happen? This is parallel. This is parallel ray. Parallel ray after refraction. Okay, first of all, it will diverge because it is a concave lens, diverging lens. But it will diverge in such a way. It will diverge in such a way that it passes through second focus. Because parallel ray after refraction goes through second focus. Either they will meet physically, or if we extraplot them, they will meet at a point on the principal axis, that is second focus. So this will be the ray diagram. Okay. So you will draw this extraplotted ray and you will show that it is meeting at F2. Okay. This is first ray diagram. Second one for convex lens. For convex lens, what will happen? They will converge, right? So again, in the same way, this is principal axis. This is principal axis. Okay. Here also you mention principal axis. Principal axis. This is also principal axis. Okay. So here F2 will lie on the other side. Okay. So here suppose F1 and here F2 at the same distance. Again and again I'm telling. Use your scale and at the same distance. So and light is incidenting parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Give name AB is given. Yes, AB. AB. This is focus 1. This is focus 2. After refraction, what will happen? It is a converging lens, so it will converge at a point on the principal axis, which is called second focus, right? We converge to second focus. This is the AB. Give name C. AB. Give name C. Okay, clear? Clear. Come to the second question. Come to question number 28. Question number 28. Always you will give the ray direction. Okay, very important point that you have to give the ray direction. And in this case, you have to draw the principal axis. In this case, you have to draw the principal axis. Okay. So our question number 28. Question number 28. Again, two ray diagram. Here first is given convex. No problem. Which one is given first? That one will do first. Okay. And here ray is passing through first focus. Ray is incidenting through first focus. This is principal axis. At the same distance, we will take 2 points. Use your scale and put at the same distance 2 points. Okay, at the same distance. So this is F1, we know, and this is F2. Okay, this is optical center, and this is principal axis. This is principal axis, and light is incidenting here through first focus. So through first focus, light is incidenting through first focus. Light is incidenting through first focus. So what happens if light incidents through first focus? After refraction, it will be parallel. After refraction, it will be parallel. Okay. For first focus, after refraction, it will be parallel to the principal axis. Give name A. This is given B, and this is C. Okay. In the same way, take the second ray diagram, that is concave lens. Okay. Draw principal axis. These diagrams you have to practice. Okay, diagrams you have to practice nicely. This is principal axis. Two focus at the same distance. This is one focus, and this is another focus. So this, and this. Here, this one is F2, right? Here, this one is F2. This one is F1, and this one is optical center. Light is incidenting in such a way, if you extrapolate that light, it will pass through F1. If you extrapolate the light, okay, light ray, it will pass through F1. Okay, in the book also, if you use scale, and if you want to check, you can check that will pass through F1. So when light is passing through F1, what will happen after refraction? After refraction, it will be parallel. F1 means after refraction parallel. F2 means after refraction they will converge or diverge. Okay, they will converge at a point or diverge in such a way that they are tending to meet at a point. Okay, so this is the ray diagram. These are the two ray diagrams, question number 27 and 28. Okay, so this is all about this part. Next we will see the part B, formation of image by lens. Okay, so for the formation of image, you have to keep in mind this thing. Through F1, when through F1, then after refraction parallel. Okay, when it is parallel, incident light is parallel. After refraction, it will pass through F2. Okay. So just I am writing those points, then I am ending. So first one, when incident light is parallel. First point, incident light are parallel. Then what will happen? After refraction, either they will meet. Okay, after refraction either they will meet. Okay, which will happen for convex lens, either they will meet or they will diverge in such a way that if we extend them in the backward direction, they will meet at a point. So diverge in such a way that they will meet in the backward direction. Diverge in such a way that they meet at the backward. This happens for concave lens. Okay, and the second thing, when incident light is passing through first focus, after refraction they will meet at second focus. Okay, keep in mind second focus, F2. They meet at backward at F2. Okay, and when incident light is passing through F1, incident light passes through F1, then what will happen? After refraction, will be parallel to principal axis. Parallel to principal axis. Okay. So we have to keep in mind these 2 points. We have to keep in mind these 2 points. And third ray will come. Third ray is which ray? Third ray will take through optical center. Third ray will take through optical center. Optical center means no deviation. Just draw a straight line. Okay, passing through optical center, draw a straight line. Bas. So the first ray, second ray, and third ray through optical center was finished. Okay, maximum in question you will get 3 ray for 3 ray. Draw ray diagram for 3 ray. Okay, if it is not mentioned, you will take 2 ray, any 2 ray. First ray, second ray, third ray is through optical center. Any 2 ray you take. Okay, complete the ray diagram. Understood? So this is for today. Next day we will see the ray diagram, keeping in mind these 3 points. First point, second point, and third point is ray passes through optical center without deviation. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone.